committed to speaking up for the defenseless babies inside their wombs. If you'd like to join today's conversation, please call into the radio station at 702-650-5588. And if you're joining us live on social media, we're connecting you right now. Please interact with us. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube at FCPS Friends and on Instagram and Twitter, FCPS_friends. Today's guest, as Deb said, is Jacob Deaville. He is Republican candidate for Nevada State Assembly District 37. Welcome, Jacob. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Thanks for having me. My name is Jacob Deaville, like you mentioned. I'm running for the State Assembly in District 37, which is in the northwest part of Las Vegas. That's Sun City, Summerlin, Desert Shores, up to about Lone Mountain Road. I was born and raised here in Las Vegas, and
don't get too many of those anymore.
So yeah, I've seen our state change, seen our city change over the past about 25 years, and I went to high school at Faith Lutheran and went on to graduate from UNLV. So that's a little bit about me. I started my own structural steel business as well, so I'm actually a licensed contractor, and I just don't like how our state's headed down the path it is right now. So
stepped out. What did you graduate from UNLV with?
Bachelor's in history. So
wow, yeah. Perfect person to
history
run.
To steel.
Yeah.
History to help you be the steel you need to be in the world you're dabbling in right now.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you are shooting to promote and bring awareness to? What are some of your platforms that you're covering?
Yeah, some of the big platform points that I've brought up in this campaign and while I'm talking to voters is just the fight against inflation, the economy, the state of the economy here in Las Vegas. It's just getting too expensive to live, from rent to groceries to gas. It's all adding up. And also our crime. We've had a big increase in crime here in the Las Vegas Valley. We lessened criminal penalties in the last few legislative sessions, and it's really resulted in a surge in break-ins and robberies and assaults. And there are things we need to do to get in front of that, as well as education is a big topic for me. I think we need to do a full forensic audit of the Clark County school system to figure out where our dollars are going.
Yeah.
We've continuously raised taxes, and yet our education system hasn't improved at all in the past since I was a kid. So,
aren't we last?
Yeah, I know
like
we're
50th?
we're always competing for dead to last if we're not last.
Absolutely crazy. So you're talking about schools right now, and one of the things I've noticed about our schools, public schools, is that there is a serious indoctrination going on, and taking in a very worldly view, and really politics being planted in schools, and so that it's affecting the minds of our young children. The Bible tells us that we should raise our children up, and when they get older, they'll come back to that. And so these children are being indoctrinated at a very young age to live out a very worldly life. What would you say about that, and what do you plan on doing about that?
So I think one of the biggest things we can do to improve education in the state of Nevada is give parents more of a choice in what their child's learning, where they attend school, whatever that looks like. If that's a homeschool option, a private school, if you want to stay in public school, maybe have some more input from the parents. I think that's the fastest way to improve the system that we have now. And we need to get back to curriculum that makes sense. We need to be teaching about science and technology and math and some of the basic things that you send your kids to school to learn, and take out more of that political discussion that we're seeing. Listen, the United States is a great country. It's always been a great country. We've had issues, but if a curriculum says that at our foundations that we're bad, I think that's a corrosive curriculum that needs to be removed.
Amen.
And there's, parents just need to be more in charge, and I really believe that's the best way to do it. So
I think that's definitely, with the onslaught of things that are going down,
Mm-hmm.
it's made people open their eyes. Because I think a lot of people just kind of coasted through school and life for the most part, just kind of blindly trusting the people that are sitting there educating their children. And as 2020 actually in a lot of ways was a good thing for parents, because they sat there and they saw what their kids were learning online at home, and gave them a little insight to a lot of the godless things that are just poured into these children's lives on a daily basis, and you wonder why our society is so screwed up. Pushing God out, and then put a lot of godless people there. You know, in Psalms 1, my parents homeschooled my siblings based off of Psalms 1, where it talks about not sitting in the counsel of the ungodly. And you sit these children in a lot of these public schools with some of these teachers that you see videos leaking out on, that are just pouring in their lives, investing their lives in our kids in a very negative way. Our society reflects it, and you see it in a lot of the
Absolutely.
challenges and struggles we have.
And some of the stuff that's going on in politics right now. One of your platforms I noticed is inflation, and you actually had responded to one of Sisolak's tweets where he was claiming to have protected Nevadans from tax increases, and you said 16% inflation from your radical policies is the largest tax increase on everyday Nevadans in the history of the state. And now we know a little bit more because he's history major. He said, anyhow, did you want to speak into a little bit more of that?
Sure. It's not a tax, but it feels like a tax. You know, when everything in your life is going up and your income stays stagnant, you're not having a take-home pay like you used to. You're spending more on rent. We have some of the highest rent costs in the entire country.
It's insane how much it's gone up.
Yeah, we have like the third to second highest gas and fuel tax here in the state.
Even groceries.
Groceries. I think we were in the store the other day, and a carton of eggs were $5-6, and that's just unheard of in this country. So,
and yet it's still one of the cheapest proteins you can get.
Yep. So it's one of those things where these policies from 2020 and 2021, where they locked down the economy, they kept people at home, they paid folks more to stay at home than to go to work. We're feeling the implications of that right now, and that's what I mentioned. You can't forget, and nobody can forget what happened over the past few years. We have to continue to remind people of what they went through, and really we're paying for the price of it right now. And that's what I mentioned. The inflation, 16%, is probably the highest. Yeah. Feels like the highest tax in the history of the state. So.
You said, I have not spoken to one person who says they are better off today financially than what they were 4 years ago. November 8th will be a referendum on your leadership. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh at that part. It was hilarious to me. But it's so true. It's so incredibly true. We're feeling the financial strain in every aspect. Gas is astronomical. I never thought I would see it go over $5 in here. That's where we're living at every day.
Well, if I'll say something on that.
Yes.
After the hurricane in Florida, the average cost of fuel per gallon was like $3.30, while here in the state of Nevada it was up over, close to $5.
Yeah, I was just there in August, and it was like $3.20 something. Yeah. And I said, wow, it looks so cheap gas here, which is so sad and pathetic, honestly.
So the hurricane didn't affect the price of gas as much as the policies that we're living under, with some of the second highest gas tax in the entire country. So,
which directly plays into what we do, because you have girls that are already struggling in low-income communities, and then they find themselves pregnant, and they're already feeling the pinch of the prices of groceries and all of that.
And then you get the politicians that play right into it. And I finally get to talk about Stacey Abrams and her comment that she was making on a live interview about a week and a half ago, where she says, oh, you want to fix inflation? Have abortions. That's how you're going to fix inflation. As I'm watching this interview, I was infuriated. I don't even have the words to communicate. But if you haven't seen that interview yet, please find it online. It's all over the place, where she is just openly talking. They're not trying to hide this agenda at all. They're not. They just want you to kill your babies. Why? So that they can line their pockets.
Yeah, that's just a lack of understanding of how inflation's created. I mean, out of control spending on the government level, interfering with the market. That's what's causing inflation. And the reason why a lot of the Democrat candidates around the country and in the state of Nevada are pushing that argument is because they can't stand on their record with the economy or crime or education, especially here in the state of Nevada. So we get this a large amount of malicious attacks on this topic. You see it on your TV. I've been probably $1 million have been spent against me in the mailbox, which is for an state assembly campaign is unheard of. Listen, here in the state of Nevada, the abortion issue has to be decided by the people of the state. In 1990, they passed a referendum that says, hey, abortion's legal up to 24 weeks without question. And by the way, the only way that we can reverse that is if we put it in front of the people for them to decide again. So the fact that the Democrats have been weaponizing it just really shows fear-mongering. It's a fear-monger tactic, and it just kind of shows that they're not able to talk about the issues that are affecting us right now, unfortunately. So,
what actually is on the ballot that would affect abortion this go around? What?
There's absolutely nothing. Like I said, you could be as pro-life as you come or as pro-abortion as you want to be, but the fact is the state assembly, the governor, can't affect the issue. Whether you like that or not, whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, we're just in a situation in the state where the voters have to decide. There's nothing about abortion on the ballot, and you really have to question the intentions of these politicians who are using this issue. Why are they lying to us? Why are they saying these things that make the other side seem unhinged or radical or extreme? It's because they're dividing you, and they can't talk about the economy. That's the thing. That's where we're at in this state right now.
It's a state of deflection.
Yeah.
Didn't you tell me the other day that you had a abortion mailer put out on you?
Yeah, I've over the past 3-4 weeks, I've had about one piece a day that is about abortion. And again, in this position that I'm running for state assembly, there's nothing that we can do to affect abortion in the state of Nevada. But because I don't lie to people when they ask me, hey, are you pro-life? Or I say, absolutely, I am. That's my belief. But there's nothing.
That's the main target they have on you.
But there's nothing about this position that I can affect change on it. So we're actually
this position, but in the chance that you go further in future elections.
I'm gonna stop you now.
Yeah.
Who's your opponent, Jacob?
It's Shea Bacchus, and I also have a libertarian, a gentleman named Mark Titoff. So.
And what are their positions?
As far as Mark Titoff, I'm not aware of his position on this topic, but my opponent is very, I think, up to birth, pro-choice, which is pretty radical. Even a lot of people I talk to who are, pro-abortion or pro-choice, they believe that there's a limit, whatever that limit is, but up to birth, they understand that's pretty extreme, and that's kind of where my opponent's been on this topic.
That's
so
crazy that she's chosen to target you over that issue.
Yeah.
How much do you think it would cost to pay for somebody like John Legend, a huge celebrity, to do a commercial for you, which is what Catherine Cortez Masto has done?
I don't know. They're in trouble when they're pulling out
celebrities.
the celebrities in Hollywood. And
well, we know that they're supporting abortion because the whole country mourned as Chrissy Teigen, John Legend's wife, claimed she had a miscarriage and then later recanted and said, oh no, we had an abortion. They decided that they had an abortion. So when we all mourned for their loss, now it was just fueled into anger. Why would you deceive us like that? You know what I mean? And now they're on a commercial for Catherine Cortez Masto. Like, how much would that cost?
Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is that the Democrats, especially Cortez Masto and people like Susie Lee, would rather have former President Obama here rather than the current President Biden. And it's all perception. It's all about politics, unfortunately. And again, it's a distraction. Even Steve Sisolak was up there during that rally talking about how Sheriff Lombardo wants to arrest women and doctors. Again, not possible, not going to happen in the state of Nevada. But why are you talking to us in this way? Why are you deceiving us? Why are you pushing us away from the topics that actually matter? And I'm just tired of it, personally.
That was something that really made me upset. I think I briefly touched on it here a few weeks ago. I was standing in my living room working on something, and within 20 minutes of commercials on the news. There was over 10 abortion commercials on, and I was just like, what? But there was the one with the gal in the orange jumpsuit. And I thought how despicable that you're using Sheriff Lombardo's profession against him with a lady like this to totally fearmonger people because he's the sheriff of Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And that commercial actually plays a lot. But I was going to touch on APR that we just heard on the phone a little while ago. Sure. So we've had a lot of conversations lately on the abortion pill.
Just for clarity, APR for our new listeners is abortion pill reversal.
Yeah. So we're getting ready for the banquet at First Choice right now, and we were calling some of our gals a little while ago, and there was a client that had an abortion pill reversal just a couple months ago with us, and so she's still pregnant, and the baby's healthy and doing well. And she told our counselor that called her that when she took the abortion pill a few months ago, the abortion clinic told her, do not try to have somebody help you reverse this because it would be very dangerous. And we were like, very dangerous? They're not telling you how dangerous it is what they're giving you.
Exactly.
But I think last week we were going to try and get into this and we've run out of time. So we're going to kind of get into the pill stuff a little bit today. They are now having these gals skip the first set of their pills. And which the first set of your pills is to block the hormones to your baby and kill your baby. It starves it literally. And then the series of pills after is to expel your baby. So they're straight skipping the pills of killing your baby and telling these young ladies to straight take the pills to expel their baby. So some of these gals are giving birth to babies that haven't even necessarily died yet. And they're giving birth to babies in their bathrooms at their homes or their bathtubs. But thankfully, the gal that came to us after she had taken this pill is going to be at our banquet. You'll have to come hear her story because she has an incredible story to share. And the abortion pill reversal process that our doctor did for her worked. So there's this fight against evil on a whole nother level right now that's progressing. My mom actually sent me a video here just this morning that we're going to post on our social media today. We'll post it on our social media. But it's called The Procedure. And I would encourage anybody...
I posted it already.
Is it good? Mm-hmm. To go look up that video, particularly before you go vote on the different people you're going to vote on. This video, it's not an actual abortion, but it is a computer-generated video showing you how an abortion is done. And somebody had sent it to me yesterday. I told my mom, I said, I got it. I saw it yesterday. And if you at all are considering voting for somebody who supports that, you should face the reality of what that looks like and see if that's really somebody that's worthy of your vote. If you can watch this video and still support abortion, I pray that God works in your heart, because it's a very hard thing to watch, and it's something that is continuously pushed right now by the liberal side of why you should get out and vote. Get out and support abortion. So I'd just like to encourage you guys to go watch this video. Kevin Sorbo is the voice in it. He's the guy from God's Not Dead. He's a Christian actor. It's a very well put together video. But share that with your friends, share that with your family, share it on your social media. I know people are reluctant to share things that are controversial. But you know what? If you have a platform in social media, God's given you the ability to use it for good. So even though it might not be the popular thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And
how will you use your talents that God gives you?
Yeah, and if you were that unborn baby scheduled to be ripped limb by limb I guarantee you would want people to share that on your behalf.
But even if it's not a surgical procedure, because let's face it, the reality is that the terrain of abortion is changing. The terrain of abortion is changing to where more than half of abortions are done by abortion pills now. That's what sets First Choice apart, is because we do offer the abortion pill reversals. However, if they found this way around getting the abortion pill reversals from us, then the danger of what these women have lurking in their own bedrooms or bathrooms, however they're doing this abortion pill, is right there at the surface. Let's talk about the very next lady. The same day that we had that abortion pill story that you just told, the abortion pill reversal, the very same day we had a lady come in where her abortion pill did work. Mm-hmm. It did work, and she expelled her baby, but then there was danger right around the corner that she didn't realize that she was going to go through, and her friend saw her days later and said, "You don't look good. You're swelling. Something's not right. You need to go into the hospital." And she did. And when she went into the hospital, she found out she had only expelled one baby. Mm-hmm. There was more babies
she was about
in there.
4 months pregnant. So she was telling our sonographer the nightmares she has every night, and she almost made it to the bathroom, and the one baby fell out. Mm-hmm. And so she ended up going in a few days later. She'd had fevers and starting to swell, and they found that there was another 15-week baby that was deceased internally. So she was starting to go into like septic shock. And so we're going to actually, at our banquet next week,
next
November
Thursday,
the 10th, a week from today, we're going to actually be discussing and talking a lot more about abortion and the landscape of it, how it's changing. And we're going to be speaking about this because First Choice is getting ready to really pivot to address this change in the abortion landscape. So go to fcpsfriends.org for banquet information. We hope that you guys will make that a priority of coming out and supporting First Choice and the unborn. It will totally be worth it.
You were put here for such a time as this. So we trust that if you haven't already registered for that event, please do so. Bring people with you. Bring your friends and family. Invite those on social media. Use your social media platform to forward the invitations that we've already posted.
Jacob, hold on
Yeah,
just a
go
second.
ahead.
We're happy you came and joined us today. Before we run out of time, tell people how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me just on my website, jacobdeaville.com, and Deaville spelled Deaville. So thanks so much for having me.
And we tagged him in Facebook on the post if you get on our Facebook.
Amen.
We're running out of time.
Fine.
So share our event. Pray that you will join us. Rachel Campbell's Duffy, she's the weekend anchor for Fox and Friends, is going to be our keynote. It will be a great evening to celebrate all these special people that God has created and blessed our world with. We look forward to seeing you there. God bless you and have a great weekend.
God bless.
Like our time is up.
What are you going to do?
Time is up.
We run into that problem every week.
Who is on here?
Let's see.
Manny Martinez. Hello.
Becky Mitchell's on. Tina. Let's see who else. Manny Martinez. Hey, Manny. How are you? Thanks for joining our live. Share this video, you guys, as you're watching these. Share and help us to grow our social media and grow awareness for First Choice and grow awareness to the problems. I forgot to ask. How's everybody doing on their 15-minute weekly challenge for First Choice? Or was it daily? I said 15-minute daily challenge for First Choice. How's everybody doing? This week, I hope you use your 15 minutes to go vote. It shouldn't take you really any longer than that. 15 minutes. pray before you go in and make sure that you are voting for everyone pro-life.
Vote like your life depends on it.
Hey.
Because thousands of people's do.
That's right. Do you want to talk about Melissa Clement real quick and Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh.
Show them that video.
I saw this.
You gotta get going?
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
Thanks, Jacob. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you as well.
I saw this video last night. We will post it on our page here later. One of my Facebook friends had shared it. It was a Jimmy Kimmel live with a snuggly bear from Snuggles, the fabric conditioner, softener.
Okay.
And it was something like you would never imagine. It was. Hold on, we're trying to take a picture. What are we doing?
Just gonna take a selfie real quick. Okay. All right, Jacob.
We'll be praying for you in your
Thank you.
home stretch.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Our Facebook is FCPS Friends.
And it was totally embracing the murder of babies. The snuggle bear had a knife with it, had blood all over its face. And the crazy things that it was saying will blow your mind. But we've come to a point now in our society where it's so desensitized to that we're now making fun of it with the
Just
little
one
snuggly
is
bear.
fine.
So that's something we'll be posting on there as we continue this conversation. I don't remember what else Jessica was wanting to talk about. Was there something else you were wanting to talk about?
What did you do? I don't know what you
That
already talked
snuggle
about.
bear?
The snuggle video.
Yeah.
Did you talk about that
I just
already?
did.
What about Melissa Clement? It was the email that you forwarded and said, hey, we need to talk about this today.
Oh. Question 1. They did a Rasmussen poll. And 64% of the people said that they supported yes on 1. But then when they actually explained to them what yes on 1 meant, they were completely opposed to it. So I even noticed there's some commercials for changing the whole process of the electoral stuff. Everybody needs to really be familiar with what they're pushing through here, because it's not really a good thing. So on 1, it might sound nice that you're allowing all these different genders to be acknowledged or whatever, but it really damages parental rights. So look into 1, 2, and 3 particularly, and get into the details of what that really means, because they're not good things to be supporting if you are a Christian, Jesus-loving parent that wants to have your parental rights protected. 1 is a no-no.
1, 2, and 3, right?
They're all, but 1 is particularly on that whole topic of letting your kids do their thing.
Yeah.
You have something to say to the people?
Say hi to Alyssa. This is our station manager, radio station manager, Alyssa. She's going to be at the banquet too.
Yes, I am. I'm definitely going to be supporting them as much as I can.
Amen.
I would say that if anything at all, if you aren't able to come and volunteer or anything like that, helping them out in any way that you can by calling or telling your friends about them, and even signing up for this banquet, wink wink,
Yeah.
would be wonderful. And I can say that since they've been here, I'm very pleased to have them on this station, and I'm pleased to be able to support you guys.
I
Aww.
love being here. I'm looking for your
Amen.
support.
This is
love
our
you guys.
girl.
The ladies over here sit here and we get into conversations with them. So it's been a
Yes.
educational adventure around here.
Truly iron sharpening iron.
That's true.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, I was actually more on the side of pro-choice before I met these ladies. I really didn't understand really what abortion was and what it entails, and so I was really blessed to be able to meet them and be educated by what it is that they do. And I am 100% pro-life. I
100%.
100%. There's no
Amen. No turning
no
back.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
We like to say, once you see an abortion and understand what abortion is, you can never again say you didn't know.
Yeah.
Which there's a video on our social media, and I don't know if it's on our website, addressing the whole election and voting pro-life. And I respond to the health, rape, and incest that everybody always asks about. So if you guys have any questions, or maybe you're looking for something to respond to people with that, that is available. Maybe it'll be a tool that will help you to
Have that conversation.
have that conversation.
Yeah. Amen.
I think that's it. Oh, look, we got a new pen.
Yeah, we got new pens.
First choice pen with the stylus. Come to the banquet and you'll get one.
That's right. You get a little
They're
goodie bag
so
if you come to the
cute. You guys should
banquet.
put little footprints on there.
We actually have lapel pins that we
Yeah?
made with them. Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, thank you for... Oh, there's Crystal. We love Crystal.
Hi,
Her
Crystal.
husband. Thank you guys for joining us today. We will see Crystal at the banquet next week, because I know
Yeah,
she's
Crystal's coming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Thank
it. If
you,
you guys
everyone,
could
for
share our
watching.
event, we would appreciate it. Help us as we make this final stretch into our biggest fundraiser of the year.
Amen. God bless you all. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at the banquet next Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.